AI, the cool stuff, the dumb stuff, the dark stuff. Up next. This podcast does not bring out the best in me. So we just start by
If you
jumping
want.
in.
Okay.
Thank you,
Yeah.
listeners. It's a lot of
No.
order. I'm
You're
so
just trying to do it
confused.
before I ask you to.
Yep. So I did. So there you
Oh,
go.
there you
Alrighty. Well, should we jump in?
go.
AR Monday. Okay. So I've got a couple things to show you. First off, did you see Meta's new video AI stuff that they're
A
releasing?
little, but not really.
It's pretty fancy. Are you making fun of my head jiggle?
Yeah.
Pretty fancy. Here, let me share my screen so that I can show you this. Oh, shoot. Um,
I suppose you're allowed.
Thank you for allowing me to share my screen. Let me show you this cute, cute baby hippo. Look at this. Look at this baby hippo. I kind of love him
Baby hippos are trending, and I don't actually know why. I don't know what the source of it was, but
because baby hippos are great.
I guess
Well,
so.
okay, I don't know. But anyways, so Meta Movie Gen, so they are very excited about announcing all the new video AI stuff that they are doing. So I want to just kind of walk you through some of this because it's pretty freaking awesome. And it looks like it's actually going to live up to its own hype, which, we see video AI all over the place right now, but this
hmm
really might be the next level. I guess that's up to, the listeners to decide. But okay, I'm sorry. I really love this hippo. He's so cute. But let's get into it.
For anyone listening
So
on the
the camera
podcast and not
started
watching
listening.
on YouTube, go to YouTube so you can see baby hippo.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I know, otherwise it's gonna be very confusing. So Movie Gen, as they claim, sets a new standard for immersive AI content. And so this is going to kind of give you quick little overviews of some of the videos that they can generate. I mean, first off, we just see this video of this kid flying a kite, and just the motion is amazing to me. It looks like
A little
looks like
wobbly
this
kid
little
running.
girl is
The
moving, yeah,
shirt
but moving like a
wrinkles, the
human
footprints in
being.
the
The shirt
sand.
wrinkles, yep, yep. Some of
The
it's a
lighting is great.
little funky, but it's pretty fantastic. The next thing that they're allowing you to do now, besides just putting in text to create a video, is they're allowing you to upload a picture of someone and then put that face into the video that you're asking it to generate. So this is pretty good. Like they got the hair length wrong here. It looks like she's got much longer hair in this video than the picture that they uploaded. But besides that, it is really good. And some things, the fuzzy pieces of the scarf here, some other things look a little bit funky, but it's pretty cool. And I was just watching someone else's analysis of this website, and it was really interesting
Mm.
to me. So I wanted to share some of these things. Um, and they were talking about, yeah, a couple of those little differences, but it looks really good. What they did with this
I think
one
it's
is
cool that she had dimples in her picture, so they gave her dimples in the video. Like they kept up
yeah,
with that.
that
I don't
is
know, the
cool.
subtle
That's a
things.
good catch. That's impressive. So this one is an example of where they're actually letting you now put in text and it creates audio as well, which is really cool. And then also some of the most advanced video editing is happening here too. So they
Yes,
put
that's
this
what I
in
played
this little
around
boy with
with.
a
Was
lantern.
was
Yeah,
taking a
yeah.
video and then selecting an image and tracking it throughout the whole image and then being able to replace it with something else or remove it. And I wasn't able to do
Yep.
much because it was like the open to the world little test of this is what you'll eventually be able to do, but this is pretty cool.
It's coming and it looks very cool. So they've got a lot of examples, of course, these great examples of generating videos with text, of editing videos. It always makes the video a little bit different looking, but you can edit. I think this was definitely my favorite one. Was they put the penguins in these Victorian outfits. I was like, this is fantastic. All the ones with the animals apparently are my weakness. Another really cool one that I'll show you over here was this girl with the VR headset. I loved that they were able to track it so well and create it into this cool kind of binoculars,
Hmm.
all of these different things, right? I mean, they didn't think to take away the back of the headset in this one, or her hair's kind of bunched up, like it should still be there, which is kind of funky, but pretty cool.
Hmm.
So the video stuff is coming. These people uploaded, you know, their own pictures, put themselves into these videos. I like this one of this guy making himself into a scientist. So
I feel like one of
I
the
could upload a
most
picture of you, Nathan, and just
that'd be amazing. I feel like one of the most telling signs of AI is the quality, because you can look at quality as in like if it looks real or not, but as far as like the quality of the image, it's always so crisp. Not everyone has camera
mm,
quality like this, and AI is always putting out these like super high quality images or videos. And so it looks almost
well,
unreal because it doesn't feel like something they'd be recording with their phone necessarily, unless it's like a new iPhone and they're actually,
sure.
you know, skilled with lighting and editing.
I think that
But
can be the case. I think a lot of AI generated videos are worse quality actually, but they're
not
definitely
the
going to
new
advertise
ones,
the
I feel
ones that are
like.
crisp.
Well, okay,
Okay,
sure, maybe
okay.
that's the case. It's just the ones that they show.
Yeah, because I don't know, it is pretty amazing how crispy these ones are. So sure, maybe they don't like they were filmed on a phone, but I don't know. And then all of these ones are the ones where they added audio in there. And from what I've
Epic.
listened to, the audio isn't amazing, but it's fun that you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So cool stuff. That was that. Just video continues to improve,
yeah,
and
go
Meta
meta.
thinks they've got
Seems
the
to
best
be.
one. So
Yeah,
good job,
well, I
guys.
mean, until what, Sora, is that what it's called? Sora, the new GPT. Until OpenAI releases their next video
Do you know
models.
when that is?
Um, yes, just how I know when GPT-5 is coming out and such. No, no, they don't really
Okay,
share
okay.
anything. They just last minute say, "Hey, by the way, this is now available." That will probably be as good, if not better, than Meta. But it's kind of like Llama 3.1 when that came out, and they had Meta.ai that you could go on and ask for things, and it put out results so much faster than ChatGPT at the time. And like within a month, GPT gets an update and they're just as fast now. They're still better
Sure,
quality in a
sure.
lot of ways. Now they've got the thinking and reasoning, and yet again, they're ahead of the pack. But now Meta's ahead of the pack, it looks like, with video. And so it just give it a month and someone else will be. But it's cool that Meta's keeping up and open source and everything.
So we got Meta, we got ChatGPT, and then we also have Google in the picture here too. And that was the other thing that I wanted to show you. This is something that kind of took off this past week. I don't know if you saw this, but people were discovering that within the Google Notebook LM, have you played with that at all?
Hmm.
Basically, what it's there for is you can upload a resource of some kind, whether that's a PDF or a website article or even a YouTube video with a transcript, and it will take it and it can turn into help you study the material through, Q&A, or in fact, it's probably easiest for me to just show you here. This is
I mean,
this
speaking of
is
cool stuff, while
definitely
you look that up, it's just a quick note, but Grok XAI is open sourcing all of their models, which is pretty cool. So
ah,
that those are available to the public as well, which is
cool.
just because they don't need it for revenue. So it's just kind of like sharing it out with the world, kind of competing against ChatGPT as well, or OpenAI. What's this?
All right. All right, this is Notebook LM. This is from Google. So if we wanted to do a new notebook, we can add a source here. And then once you add it, this pops up with a lot of different options. So what I did, since we were both 21 Pilots fans, as you can see from the giant flag behind me, I went and I searched like 21 Pilots lore because I was like, that's what I want to
Hmm.
study, like how is this going to help? But it's not actually, I didn't try to find this so that I could study it. I tried to find it for the other thing that I'm going to show you, which is super cool. The thing that was starting to blow up. So I found this article. It was like the first or second thing that popped up. Everything you need to know about the 21 Pilots lore, the trench era.
Hmm.
So I put this into my notebook, and now I can have frequently asked questions. I can get a study guide from this. I can get a timeline. Any of these things to people are using this to help them with textbooks and stuff like that, right? But here's the
Hmm.
other thing. Over here, when you upload a, here, let me actually take this again and I'll upload it into my new notebook so you can see what this looks like. So I added a source and I'm pasting this in as a website URL. And then once I insert this, it's going to load it up. And there's this audio overview option. It says deep dive conversation with two hosts. And so you just hit generate and it starts working on it. So people realized that this kind of almost hidden feature. It's not hidden, but it wasn't like really promoted. was they could create a podcast in a matter of minutes, just based on anything that they uploaded, on any conversation.
Hmm.
And it's not a bad sounding podcast either. I want to show you what this podcast sounds like that they just generated for me about my 21 Pilots article. So listen to this. This is kind of crazy.
Okay, so are you ready for this? We're diving deep today into the world of 21 Pilots.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Specifically, their album Trench.
Yes.
Specifically, the lore. This is, you guys send in an article, and it is a lot. Like, a lot.
Wow,
Lot.
there's so much.
Cryptic messages. We've got fictional cities, hidden websites. It's basically a choose your own
pretty good.
adventure novel.
It really is.
But it's disguised.
It's crazy.
That's
So you've
crazy.
got the banter back and forth. You've got these realistic voices, and then
Almost interrupting each other.
And then they really do a pretty good job of, I mean, this shouldn't come as a surprise maybe, but they do a pretty good job of taking the content that you feed them and using that to create this podcast. So I didn't get very far into it, but it's
Game of cat and mouse.
It's exhausting just thinking about it.
but
And
it
this
sounds like,
constant struggle culminates in the
it sounds like
Yeah.
a podcast. It's wild. Yeah. So, if you need to know more about the 21 Pilots lore about the album Trench, there you go. But yeah, super interesting to me. And so people were discovering this, I think it was over just like a few days ago, over the past week, and it started to blow up, which apparently was making things run slower. I don't know all the details, but anyway, people were like, whoa, we can make a podcast about anything. And so they were uploading their own content and other people's content. And yeah, super interesting. Because that is totally like that's just 100% AI generated. That's wild
Yeah.
to me.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to check out Notebook LM,
I will.
you have people teach you things in a podcast format instead of having to read a textbook.
Olivia was literally just looking for that. She was looking into something that would like screen read text for her so that she could do that. So if any of this is like websites, then I can tell her to just upload the link and have it,
Yeah.
talk to her about it. It's cool.
Heck yeah. Dude, I don't know. I think I'm hearing your setting now on your microphone. It kind of makes you sound like a robot.
Oh, yeah,
You
nice.
sound like an
I'll change
AI
it
version.
back. But yeah, that's cool.
Hey, it's Nathan again. Nice. Yeah.
Sorry, I was
It
trying
is-
out an AI voice. It didn't work. You caught on. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. I'm so
That'd
sure.
be great.
Super interesting. Those were my
Hmm.
two cool things that I found
Nice.
that made
Are
me want to.
you
Um,
ready?
Am I
Are you
ready?
ready for artificial unintelligence?
Why, oh why, oh why, oh why, oh why.
Wah, wah.
I'm gonna add that to the sound. It's gonna
What's
be
your-
great. It's just gonna be a
oh,
bunch
great.
of wah wah from Jordan. This is just something I was interested in case it applied at all. I feel
Okay.
like so I wanted to look into the hurricanes that are happening. Hurricane Milton that's about to happen, and Hurricane Helene that just happened on the East
Yeah.
Coast. I'm sure you've heard about them. And I'm like, they're good to talk about because they're relevant, but we're an AI podcast, so I was like, okay, how does this have to do with AI? It turns out its involvement is not great. Because I looked into a little while ago, just because I was curious how AI was affecting weather models, because it seems like something that if it's just taking data from a ton of different places, putting it together and trying to predict where a storm will go, when it will like hit land, how bad it'll be, and just predict weather. If it's all prediction, then AI should be able to enhance that because it can read it a lot faster, make better predictions, look at previous data a lot better. And basically the consensus is we have a long ways to go because AI pretty much did nothing as far as enhancing the ability to predict either of these storms. The Hurricane Milton is turned into a Category 5 at this time hurricane already, and it's like planning to go through Florida. So it's possible that AI had a hand in Hurricane Helene's path. So its trajectory, wow, I can't say that, trajectory was accurate as far as the predictions, but its severity was not at all close to what people thought it would be. So I was just kind of looking into how AI is used, and it should technically improve these models because it does make them a lot faster to adapt. It's got this bonus element of being able to like look at social media posts and other information that's fed to it, of just pictures of the storm and being able to analyze those to see how bad it is and how, so it's a lot more, it's like better up to like better current weather. It's better at predicting what the weather currently is. but it's still not good at predicting what weather will become. And so it seems like weather's still an unpredictable force that AI has yet to conquer. And hopefully we get there, because it'd be nice to know how bad storms will be and where weather's gonna hit hard. But in the meantime, it was a lot of people pointing to it on X and on social media, being like, "You said AI is getting better, but no one predicted this," and all the AI models were like, "It's not going to be as bad," and it was horrible. So hopefully it can learn from it, but it feels like weather's one of those things that's unpredictable and will always be unpredictable. So you can try to predict it, but you really have to read every single sign possible to know exactly elevations, air temperatures, everything, to know exactly how it'll be affected. And I don't know if we have the kind of technology to track all of that data yet. So it doesn't matter if we have AI to predict it if we don't have enough data for it to work with. So
Gotcha.
just a bit of a flop on AI's part. Did not help in these cases. So
Bummer. Yeah, I mean, some of that just like not fun stuff kind of feels like the dark side of AI, but I had some stuff for the dark side of AI today.
Ooh,
This is very
let's go.
much not fun, so I'm not going to dwell too long on this story,
It's
but
all right.
I just get down these rabbit holes of seeing these things, especially in politics, where people
Mm,
are using AI and they're creating these laws where if you're going to generate an image for your campaign with AI, you have to disclose that, and still we're running into these big conflicts where people are like, no, 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 you can't just be posting fake pictures of your opponent. All kinds of stuff, right? And you can easily go down these rabbit trails of how scary it is that deepfake technology is getting as good as it's getting. And it's so funny because I feel like when you're going to try and deepfake, an actual video of someone speaking, you can tell they just can't get the mouth quite lined up with the words. Like you
mhm.
have to just barely glance at it. And then you maybe think that it's a real thing, but you can tell. So I know it's getting there though, right? And for a lot of people, it may just be convincing enough. So anyway, so we see all these things that are happening that are kind of scary, but I was looking into this particular news piece, and really just hard situation, not fun. So I'm not going to try and pretend to be an expert on everything that's happening, but I was intrigued by kind of just how AI can ruin someone's life. Because what happened was this audio clip, so not video, so harder to tell, right? This audio clip was released anonymously of a principal of a school saying some really terrible things about the people in the surrounding neighborhood area. Just a lot of racist comments, a lot of hateful comments, and yeah, terrible, terrible things. So there's this audio clip released, right? And people start to get angry, and this thing's starting to spread. And you listen to it, and you listen to it compared to actual clips of the guy speaking, and it sounds like him. So people aren't thinking about it being AI. This happened almost a year ago now. People aren't thinking about it being AI, and they're sharing it, and it's going viral, and all of this stuff. And finally, people start to realize this reporter, who I was reading about her, and just, she asks him about it. And he says, I never said those things. It seems like it's a secretly recorded file. And she starts to think, okay, was this actually AI generated? And the more they looked into it, they were actually able to tell that it was, that you could kind of hear the edits and the voice. And then, so the drama continues because this has not been proven yet. The trial happens in December, but the alleged reason for all of this happening is there was an employee at the school where he was a principal. And now he's had to move to a different school, and it's really uprooted things for him and all of that. But there was an employee there that he was investigating. This principal was investigating because he had allegedly stolen nearly $2,000 from the school. And so this employee was under investigation, was disgruntled, was possibly involved in some other criminal things at the time. And there's evidence, so there's a bit of a motive there. Then there's some evidence that this audio was originally posted from uh, a source that linked back to him. And then
Hmm.
also there was some evidence of him using AI tools
recently and, doing some funky things with computers on school property. Like, dude, like you're gonna get caught for this kind of thing. So apparently, yeah, like an employee, again, none of this has been like proven as far as I can see, but an employee was mad enough at this principal of this school to create a fake audio clip that went viral that made so many people afraid and just hurt and angry, obviously, right? Because they think if this kind of thing gets leaked, then other people are going to start thinking about them that way and seeing them that way, all these racist, hateful things. So it was really sad. So I'm reading this article and it's not a happy thing, but just this dark side of AI where it could have been used in this scenario to just have not just okay, we found out it's fake and it's okay now, but it's still having an impact on this man's life, on the lives of the people in that neighborhood, more, almost a year later. So that was just crazy to me that this could be used against someone that severely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of destroy a life to a certain degree. I feel like that's one of those things where AI, everyone's, saying AI is bad. I mean, the people that are worried that it's bad, and it's a tool. So like all tools, it can be used for evil, of course.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how we'll overcome that one, because I wonder if like people will just get educated on AI enough to know when to look for if it's a fake before sharing it out. I wonder if we'll end up getting to the point that we just end up having a lot more regulation over when and how to use it, when and how not to use it, really. And I wonder if we'll end up getting to the point that people are over it and all AI stuff is, labeled AI. I wonder if we'll just have AI detectors on screen that will tell us the source of a video, and it will automatically be like, this was created with AI, or this is an actual genuine video. But I don't know. I feel like there's a way around everything, because right now in the digital landscape, there's a way around everything. So I wonder. But for now, yeah, if people aren't educated and we don't have any standards or rules against it, then I feel like that's going to happen a few more times before we figure it out. Sadly
Crazy.
enough. It also makes me wonder who I have a vendetta against, because I'm like, oh, right, good idea.
Okay. Cool. Well, that's all I got.
Sick.